when it comes to certain doctrines, we're being taught unconsciously by way of religion to not look for means of substantiation, to be non-inclined to gravitate towards a thought process that focuses on substantiation, while the Jewish people are studying the Kabbalah that teaches them to study the nature within nature, to gravitate towards a scientific thought process, while we're subconsciously being trained not to study scientific thought process, not to come to our conclusions by way of testing. Now, with that being said, when brothers in the community present a claim, first thing you must do is question the claim and make sure that they provide a means of substantiation. You ask the what, you ask the why, and you ask the how. Often brothers may tell you that the white man originated from the island of Patmos and he was genetically engineered. If they tell you that, say, okay, what genes did they genetically engineer? What genes did they specifically target? If you can't substantiate that, then I can't confide in your information. Absolutely. So once you start confiding in people's information devoid of any means of substantiation, you can thus be manipulated. There was a man named James Marion Sims. He's the father of gynecology in America. Gynecology in America originated by way of experimenting on black women. He fabricated a rumor that claimed that black women, due to their race, can endure more pain. So thus he experimented on them without any anesthesia. He cured something called a vaginal fistula, and after he perfected the technique on black women and didn't use anesthesia, he went to France to go treat empresses with anesthesia. So he perfected his technique on us, but remember what it started with. Remember the catalyst for the oppression. The only reason they funded his research is because he came up with a claim. He said black women can endure more pain due to their race. If they can endure more pain due to their race, provide some means of substantiation. Provide proof or evidence for your claim. People didn't confide in the proof or evidence. They simply had faith and took his words to be true. With that being said, they funded his research and he got to experiment on a plethora of black women. And I put a picture of the man that shot 11 police officers up as my cover photo. People said I'm wrong for that. Mind you, this man, James Marion Sims, who experimented on over 30 black women, has a statue in Central Park, Mississippi, and other states. With that being said, how am I wrong for embracing a man who reinforced my convictions about black self-defense when America embraces the man who experimented on black women so that they could cure their white women? So I'm nowhere near wrong. I embrace my ancestry, and the core of my message is that if someone's going to present a message to you, make sure that they provide some means of substantiation. Make sure that they prove the way in which they've come to their conclusion. Make sure that they provide a solid amount of evidence, because too often black people are allowed to be deceived and manipulated by way of faith. White people were allowed to be deceived and manipulated by way of faith. They were told that they were superior. What evidence did they have for their superiority? No evidence at all. But they had faith in the idea, and thus they were able to remove the cognitive dissonance that occurred when they were torturing us, when they were barbecuing us. Because they believed in their superiority so thoroughly, they brought their children out to watch us get barbecued. It removed the cognitive dissonance. Remember, they were good Christians. They believed that you must treat everyone as they treat you. So now when humans have a moral disposition and their everyday experiences contradict their moral disposition, it produces cognitive dissonance. Humans don't function well with that. So thus you must remove the cognitive dissonance by providing some means of justification. So when they said...
All right, hold on. My young brother could go on and on.